Hi my gardening angels, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you've joined me today. I have secrets to share. Not really secrets, but we'll go with it. Before we spill the tea, I have a tea subscription box called Sipsby. It's a really fun little company who sends me a box every month full of different kinds of teas, and so today I'm drinking, I believe it's a green tea with coconut. It's called Beautiful Coconut. So it says made for Jessica at the top, and then it tells me what different teas they included. So I have a pumpkin one, this green tea coconut one, a chai, and then an everyday green tea. And it's just a fun way to try a different bunch of teas. I'm trying to figure out what kind of teas I like the most, and so this is kind of a good way to do that. So I'm going to be drinking my tea that I got from them. If you guys are interested in checking out the subscription company, go down below. I have a $5 off coupon code for you. So now let's dive in and spill the tea. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I make a lot of videos on gardening, succulents, and houseplants in particular, but today I'm going to share a lot of truth with you. As you can read by the title, Failure as a Plant Mom, that is very true right now. I am doing great in life. We have a house, we have a little family, you know, just living our day-to-day life, but it's been very busy, as I'm sure many of you experience as well. And I haven't had as much time to dedicate to my indoor garden or outdoor garden, whatever, as much as I would have liked to in the past or had time for in the past. And I mean, I haven't probably watered most of my plants in weeks, and my grow lights broke, and I am trying to get a replacement for that. But with me growing mainly succulents, forgetting to water them is not the end of the world. They will survive, but it just kind of slowed down my garden being able to thrive. And then with my grow lights, it completely eliminated two of my shelves from being workable shelves, and the lights being on them. So I had to shove all of my plants underneath one light, which I'll show you in a minute. But it kind of made me, and then I've just kind of left it there. So it kind of made me feel a little defeated in terms of how well I've been doing indoor gardening. And because I haven't watered them, I have a bunch of dead leaves, and that leads to mealybugs. And I have one plant that must have gotten enough water at one point, because now I have fruit flies, and it's just been a struggle as a gardener. So I just wanted to kind of come on here and share with you the truth is that all gardeners, I don't care how experienced you are, you might have been gardening and be considered a pro for years, you're gonna have issues. So you're gonna have mealybugs at some point, you're gonna have fruit flies at some point. Like, every gardener is going to have some pest or some issue that arises, or they go on vacation and forget to water their plants, or they do something and a lot of plants die. And that's kind of what's fun about being a gardener, is you're constantly learning. There's never an end game. I feel like you're just always growing, pun intended, in this field. And no matter how much you know, there's always more to know and to discover and learn. So that's kind of the tea, I guess, on gardening. I know that's kind of cheesy, but it's the truth. And I feel like a lot of people get really devastated if they get mealybugs or if they have a plant die. But really, it happens to the best of us, and that's how you learn. Potentially, maybe that house plant doesn't grow well with the amount of light you gave it, or, you know, whatever the case is, that's how you learn, and that's how you grow, and that's how you become a better gardener. So this has definitely been a challenge for me. I'm looking over at my grow shelf right now and just, I'm honestly a little embarrassed to even show you it because it's so rough. And it's rough to my standard because I like having my plants look a very certain way. So for me, it isn't up to my standards, but not many of them have died yet, so I'm doing well there. But I do have fruit flies currently, and I do have mealybugs, and we're treating as we're going. And if you have questions on how to do the same, I'll include videos down below for you to go check out. It's not something that, I mean, there's things you can do to prevent it, but eventually something's going to happen and you're going to get them. So it's at least a tool you can have in your pocket on how to solve the issue once it arises. It's not completely 100% preventable from letting it happen. So something to just keep in mind. Don't ever think that won't ever happen to me. I'll never do that, because eventually you will, and you're just going to have something come up as a gardener. That's just the truth of it. So on that note, because my grow lights have all died, I have just put a hefty little paycheck to buying myself a new grow light shelf. If you're familiar with Garden Answers channel, you've probably seen these on her channel as well, in her plant room. But it's a 3-tier shelf that has adjustable lights and trays, and it was a spendy purchase, but for me, since this is my hobby and this is something I love to do, and I have a YouTube channel on it for Pete's sake, it was a purchase worth investing in for the sake of my hobby. I am not suggesting that you buy what I bought, because there are so many cheaper grow lights available out there, whether it's the ones that I've had in the past that connect to shelving units, or just a light bulb or whatever. But these ones caught my eye, and I wanted it to have a certain look, so that is why I went with those. So I'm really excited to get those in, because I think that will kind of jumpstart me to get back on my gardening train for the winter. But yeah, let me turn you guys around and kind of show you what's going on right now. All right, so first off, I like to consider myself a very organized person. So the fact that my office kind of looks like this right now is very stressful to me. I've been trying to decorate for Christmas, so that's kind of why it's looking like this a little. But if we go over here, you can kind of see my elephant ears has not been watered and is kind of struggling, but again, not dead, just struggling. This is my second light that decided it wanted to die on me. So these are the succulents that I was not able to fit under the grow light, and so they've been kind of abandoned, I guess, down here until further notice, which hopefully my light will come in soon. And then here is the top shelf with everything kind of smushed underneath this one light. So, you know, haven't really watered many of my plants recently. So if you can see this one, it is quite wrinkly and definitely needs some water, as do most of these. Now I will say my bunny ear succulent or cactus is apparently loving its new situation. All of these little bumps right here are all brand new growth, so that's really exciting. And like I said, I haven't had any die, but they're definitely a little thirsty and would love to have some water and probably some more light. This one here is cracking me up because you can tell I haven't watered it since all of the succulents are sending out tons of aerial roots and in desperate need of some water. That is all I have for you guys today. I know that this was just kind of a silly video, but I just wanted to kind of put it into perspective for a lot of you that these things do happen. I never want you guys to perceive the gardeners that you watch on YouTube or any other professional gardeners. I wouldn't consider myself a professional gardener by any means, but since I do make YouTube videos on it, I guess I will group myself in this for the purpose of this video. But I never want you guys to think that they don't make mistakes, as cheesy as that sounds, or never have certain things happen to them because they know the secret. That's not true. We know a few things on how to prevent certain things, and we know how to solve a lot of problems, but it's not that we have any secret that we hold that stops them. And I mean, even with it being a very dedicated hobby of mine, I still end up having many issues. So, and I guess I kind of found that the more my hobby grew, the more issues that came up. So I just wanted to kind of take a moment and put that into perspective for a lot of people. And I know that Thanksgiving was this week, and so happy Thanksgiving to all of my American friends. I am really grateful for this YouTube channel and for all of you guys and your support. And by no means, do not get me wrong, I am not stressed out over all of my plants looking like this. It is a little demoralizing just knowing that I'm showing you guys this side of me, but it's also the truth, and it's part of being a gardener. But I don't feel like a failure as a plant mom. I just wanted to show you the ugly side, the black thumb side of the green thumb. So, because really it is both. You can't have one without experiencing the other. So I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.